How do we deal with our in-laws as Africans? You know how it is in marriage. They always say when you get married, you're not just marrying the person, you're marrying their family. And in quotes, this is always more leaning more to the groom side, You're like our wife, as we are marrying, they marry only the man. No, you are marrying us as his family. And then sometimes dealing with these people can be very, very tricky because everybody just sometimes wants to show that I have control. This is my son's house. I want to show that I trained him. He sucked my breast and he was in my womb for 9 months. So I need to be able to handle him. Then another set is that this is my brother. They carried now my school fee, now then you pay for your bride price. So there's always a story, and everybody wants to show that they have some sort of control or power. So it's always the serious power tussle. Now, before I get into the right way to handle these people, as someone that is newly wedded, you may not be newly wedded, but maybe you've been having these issues for some time and you've not had the wisdom on how to deal with it. I'm going to give you one eye opening. It's just one thing, just one thing, but it's going to open your eyes as to how to handle this thing. But before I delve into that, I would like to first of all address the in-laws, both the mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, whatever position you think you have, listen to me, especially for the parents. Men really don't have issues, I've noticed. Men, is on rare occasions, and maybe if the man is a very petty, very troublesome type of man, you would rarely have issues from the man, from the father-in-laws. It's usually the mother-in-laws that are always problematic. But I understand the bond. I'm a mother. So I understand the bond that you feel you have with your child that is giving you this unnecessary audacity to cross lines. But hey, mama, listen. This child, there was a time when you were bathing this child. There was a time when you were feeding them with your hand. But at a point in life, they grew to a point where you know that it was no more decent to bathe them. They had to take their bath by themselves. They had to eat by themselves. In fact, you would have cried a lot if your child never knew how to take the bath, or if their child never knew how to eat. If your child never knew how to walk, it would be a problem. You would go to prayer houses. You will be so worried. It's a thing of concern for you. And if your child grows to an age where they don't want to settle down, they don't want to take a spouse, a wife, or a husband, it is still so much bother for you. So life comes with different stages. You know very well that your child has to grow. Please, mama and dear papas, it is time to step back. See, the Bible even stated it clearly that a man shall leave his mother and his father and shall cleave to his wife. This is the new. So you allow them to go forth and create their own. Yes, you can suggest. If they reach out to you, you can suggest, you can give your help, advice, and in whatever form they want you to assist them. But when they don't reach out to you and you see something that is bothersome, you can try to suggest. So if they say, I don't want your opinion, mama, papa, keep it. You have no right to force them to collect your own. It doesn't work that way. You yourself, you were once a child. You know how it is to grow and how you would want to be a woman or a man of your own and not want your parents to trample upon your rights to maturity. So please, now is the time to step back and allow them become, who you have trained them all this while to be. The essence of being their caregiver, their mother, their doctor, their teacher was for this point in time when they have to become a man or a woman of their own. So parents, special appeal, please step back and let them be. You are very wrong. You have no rights. I have had experience where parents want to barge into their children's room, a room where your son shares with his wife. That is very wrong. You have no such rights. That is an adult. You walking to them, you walking into them and seeing them in their nude form is not right. You want God to give you one or two different courses. It's not, no, it's not cool, mama. Okay? So please, whatever bond you think you have, whatever it is you think you have, it is not right if it is pushing you to intrude in the privacy and the matters of your children, especially when they have not called you into it. And then, in a case where they call you into it, you have to go into that place with a lot of wisdom and then throw partiality out of the door. Bias have to be out. You have to go there unbiased, because when your child marries, they give you an extra child. That is what marriage is all about. They bring an extra child for you. So what you will not want your child to go outside and face, you have no right to deliver it to someone else's child that has come into your home and has now become your own child. Now, because of the whole problem and the whole fear that people have put around marriage and in-laws, it has made some people go into marriage with the defense mode. So you're going into your marriage, you're already on defense, especially for women. I hear some women say things like, I want to marry a man whose mother is late. That's crazy. You don't want to say those kind of things, because you may end up giving birth to children. And then they will keep saying, I want to marry a wife whose mother is dead, or I want to marry a man whose mother is dead. For nothing, or someone wants to kill you for no just cause. So have you seen how crazy this is? What goes around comes around. So you have to be very careful. Now I know that there's a lot of fear and there's a lot of bad, vibes that they have created around the in-laws and extended family connected to your darling husband or connected to your darling wife. But I'm here to tell you that there is a way you can handle it. First of all, you don't need to go into the place on defense mode, ready to attack. Hey, if anybody do me, I will give it to them. Please, peace is always the best alternative, always the best option. So I'm going to give you a tip that my husband and I we always use. When before we got married, we sat down and we spoke. This is one of the things I always beg couples to have, during their courtship. Before you get married, you have to sit down and talk about a lot of things. How are you going to train your children? Even down to screen time. Yes, you have to stick to your parenting mode. Explain to yourself how you will handle your children and stick to it. That's number one. Number two, you have to talk about finances. You have to talk about running of the basic homes. And then you have to talk about how to handle pressure from the external world. In-laws, in quotes. Yes. So first things first, my husband and I, when we wanted to get married, we sat down and we spoke. And we came to an agreement, because we came to this agreement where, I told my husband and we spoke to ourselves, and then he said, see, me, my parents and my people, I am always their favorite person. You will always be their favorite person, right? So if you speak to your people angrily, they will get over it. If I speak to my people harshly, they will get over it. But if you speak to my people angrily, you are an insultive child for life. Do you understand? And then if he speaks to my people angrily or harshly, you don't regard them. And that will stick for a very long time. So we drew up this conclusion where we said, when it has to do with in-laws, I will handle my people. Me, the wife, I will handle my people. Then the husband, you will handle your people. That's how we put it. So this is what we do. If there is anything I'm sensing, or there's some form of, issue that is trying to brew and I'm not getting comfortable with it, and I don't want to respond in a way that is going to create bigger issues, what do? I go to my husband, tweet, and I say, Dad, look at what so and so did, and this is how it's making me feel, and I don't want to say anything, because if I say it, I'm going to lose it and I will talk out of point, and you know what that means. My husband will say, he will go and face them. Excuse me, what happened like this? Please, if people don't want this woman around, let me know, because I hope you also know that as she's not coming around, you will not see me again, because now my wife now she come first. So please, if you know that you love me and you will not do this kind of thing to me, please don't do it to my wife. So this worked out so perfectly well. It worked out so well. There was even a time when my mom had to reach out to me and like, oh, this is your husband, because then we were trying to, manage our life, and she was like, he has to find a job. He has to tell him if I want to go. I said, no, don't call him. Don't worry. Talk to me. Talk to me. I had to tell my mother, I said, mommy, relax. I have faith in him. He's going to do well. You don't need to tell him. Just watch and see. Don't worry. See the time frame. If things don't turn around, then I'll tell him. But for now, watch and see the magic. And she had to choose. So I had to take care of it, because I don't want you coming to pressure him. Do you understand? So this is one magic that works beautifully. Then the second thing that would also help very well with this number one magic, where you, the man, handle your people, the woman, you handle your people, so that there's no, when people meet public, you smile as though you had no hand in it, but you were the one that said, please go and tell them, so that I don't get crazy. Now, the second thing that will make this you handling your people and me handling my people thing work very well is when you support your partner. Support them. Yes, sometimes, when they are obviously doing very, very, there's some obvious wrong that are really, really wrong, you can call them out on it. But if you can, it's something that can be managed, please hold it till you get into your private abode. Then you can unleash on your partner. Oh, why would you do that? That was very wrong. Never repeat that again. Kai. And next time I won't support that too. Don't try it again. But when you go outside, you present a united front. It helps a lot. So when they know that, like my mother-in-law says this all the time. She always tell them, like maybe if you're a visitor, you came newly, you don't really know about us, that maybe you want to do something. You don't say, who you dey talk to? Aya wife. No play with Aya no dey play with him wife. Everybody here no play no go there. You see say na anybody? No. Don't be if Aya here. So everybody from my husband side knows that my husband will not stand for whatever cause, whether I'm right or wrong. Don't do his wife anyhow. Come to him, he will handle it. But you don't do his wife anyhow, and it helps a lot. So some men are very careless. Your partner, your parents, your siblings, they talk to your spouse anyhow and you laugh. Sometimes even friends. People are doing the most though. See, if you know that you're not ready to be, responsible for your partner, both physically, emotionally, and otherwise, you have no business getting married as a man. Because when you go to get married, you have become her number one protector, provider. Your work plenty. Bible kuku say you go sacrifice yourself for him. Do you understand? Meaning, with you and your wife, you have no you. It's all about her. So when you now marry a woman and then you keep her to be made fun of, family trample on her, she becomes general house girl. Everybody comes to our wife. Now, what for you? I have one man that says, hey, not our wife, my wife. Don't subject my wife to physical overall stress. Now, my wife, leave her. So please, you have to be protective, and I'm pressing more on the women because men generally have less issues. You would hardly find, it's on rare occasions a man is going to visit his in-laws and they want to now put him through unnecessary tests, worry him. They are always making men more comfortable in their in-laws place. Yes, they treat them rightly, they pamper them. It's on few occasions, and these people might be really petty people, but it's very rare. So please, men, if you say you never finish to hang your mama breast, you're still a mommy's boy, you love your mother till the day you die, please don't marry yet until that mama won't give me love clears from your eye. Then you can go ahead and get married. So if this made sense to you and you feel like it's something that you would want to apply, and some people that are going through things like this and you want them to see this so that they can make better choices, feel free to share it, baby. Share it so that others can also enjoy from this. And do not forget to subscribe. Share to your friends to also subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you can always get notified when something new, interesting, and educating comes up. I hope this was a fun watch. Have an amazing day.